welcome to the MTFI, or the Make Them Feel Important service video. So what I've got here basically, and I do recommend that you print off a copy of it so that we can go through it together as well. So it's in front of you and we go through it, you can follow what I'm talking about as well. Now with the MTFI, as soon as you have a lead that has come in, no matter where it's come from, Facebook, Google, your website, someone's just phoned you anyway, you've spoken to them on the street or out somewhere and you've got a name and a phone number for someone so that you can give them a contact or give them a call. What I highly recommend that you do is use Make Them Feel Important sheet or an MTFI sheet. It's got two sides to it, okay? One is the biggest side. This is basically the side that that you fill in when they're not a member. So you put all of their details in, real simple, very top, the date of the first contact. You've got how they heard about you. Knowing where your leads are coming from is the utmost importance when it comes to your marketing as well. Who the class is for or what it's for, if it's for them, if it's for their friend, and so on. You put their name and their address in there if you've got that much, or if you've already spoken to them, or do that as you're speaking to them over the phone. Then jot down on the side here, just to the right where their name and their details go, email, phone numbers and stuff. Put their what their reasons are as to why they're looking to come along. So during the phone call, which is covered in the sales or marketing side of things, or the sales side of things, is in the phone call procedure, you want to make sure that you get as much information as you possibly can from them as to why they want to do it, so you know their pain. Their pain will be that I want to lose weight, I've got a wedding coming up, I'm just fed up with being this huge, I couldn't fit into the trousers I used to. We've had people come in that couldn't get on to roller coasters or theme park rides. They couldn't get on because the actual harness that came down wouldn't close, so they was either told to get into the big seats, or they was told that they're just too damn big to get into this to get onto this ride. So whatever their pain is, find out what it is, jot it all down on here so that you can show them how you can help them when they actually come in for their introduction or when they're coming to speak to you. Next thing is to jot all of the information down for when the first appointment is. Real key factor is that you want to make them feel important the whole time, so build rapport with them over the phone. Make sure that when you're doing it as well, that you're still jotting information down. Before the end of the phone call as well, ask them if they know of anybody else that would like to come along and try out the classes with them as well, the boot camp. It's really important from an anxiety perspective that if they have a friend that comes along with them as well, then they're going to feel a little bit more comfortable with coming along. The hardest job we find is getting them through the door to start with. Next thing is jot down the appointment. Once you've jotted down the appointment, you want to make sure that you give them a ring 24 hours before their appointment, or the day before, okay? Make sure that you do this just to confirm their appointment, make sure they're okay with everything, make sure they know where you're going to be or what the location is they have to go to. Even if they say yes, tell them anyway, okay? Tell them where it is, what it's near, where they can park. Make it really easy for them and make them feel like you care. Okay, just like in the I Care video that I've gone on about as well, or what you've watched already, or you're going to watch, then show that you really care as well, so that you want to make sure that they know exactly where to go, where to park, and so on. Once you've done this on the day before, then the following day, I highly recommend you give them, and this is the day of their appointment, you give them another quick call just as a reminder, just to let them know that the appointment's all set up and you're going to be waiting for them again. Make sure they know where to go. Remind them as well, if they haven't already given you a friend's details, say to them that just remember that we do have a spot still left open next to yours as well, so if you want to bring along a friend, then that'd be great. We can go through everything with the both of you. What I do recommend as well, and not everybody does this, we don't do this all of the time, again, it's we are pushing to make sure that everybody does this too, is that about an hour or so before the actual appointment, send them a text. Now you can do this off your own back with your own phone or whatever phone you have, or you can do it online. There's loads of different websites where you can just literally put in the details, set the time up for when you want it to go, and then it'll do it for you. But just literally a quick reminder, hi, don't forget, we'll see you in an hour, or hi, let's say their name is Jane. Hi Jane, it's Lee here from the Women's Boot Camp. I just want to give you a quick call or a quick text, just as a quick reminder. Look forward to seeing you soon. Look forward to seeing you at, then the time, and then the location. See you soon, and then just put, women, if you're a guy watching this, then women always put a kiss at the end, okay? So if it's coming from yourself, or if they're going to be meeting with another female there and you're sending it, then send it as though it's come from another female. So let's say instead of me saying Lee, I've got Lorraine or Kim that works with us doing this. Now, if I'm sending the text on their behalf, it would be, hi Jane, just a quick reminder about your appointment with us at 6 o'clock this evening, or in an hour's time, something like that. Just to let you know, or just a quick reminder that you have it there. We've still got the slot open. Really looking forward to meeting you, Kim or Lorraine with an X, and then put one or two kisses at the end, or one or two X's at the end. They all do it, guys. We just don't do it. But if you're going to be sending it out from another person, if the other person is female, then sling that in there as well. Okay. So let's say that this person, even after you've contacted them 3 times to remind them, you still don't have them turn up. Well, what you want to do then is give them a call the next day or that night. If they're due to turn up at 6 o'clock and you have the facilities or the time to be able to do it, then give them a call about half an hour afterwards and just find out where the hell they are. Haven't seen you. Where are you? What's going on? What's going on? Did you forget? Did you get lost? So just find out from them. Now, the most important thing is don't beat around the bush, okay? Ask them direct what the problem is as to why they didn't come along. It gets it out in the open then, and you know what you can deal with, okay? So it's really important that you do be upfront with them, but in a confident way, not in a rude way, okay? But do it in a way that, that shows to them that you want to help them. This is really important. Now, once you've done this, well, I want rebook, that they'll come up with something that sounds intelligent to them, or what they think sounds intelligent to you, like I forgot, or I had to do this came up, I fell ill, and blah blah blah. That's all it is blah blah blah. So what we want to make sure is though that we rebook them. So what we do then is we just jot, so the next one down is appointment number 2. So rebook them in to make sure that they're coming in. Try and do it for within like the next day or the next couple of days, so you get to meet with them and you've kept, while the lead is hot, you've kept the momentum going. If this is not the case and they can't do anything till next week because they've all of a sudden fallen ill, then you can't help that, but just follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up. Okay, really important. If the same thing happens again, you've done the call the day before, the call the day of, and the hour before text, and they still don't turn up, then try again for the 3rd time. If they don't turn up on the 3rd time when you've done all of this, then stick them over this side here, and then just start sending them some letters that just to remind them about what you do. Now might not be the right time for them, okay? So, or when they first contacted you, it was the right time, the idea was great, but then all of a sudden something happened, or they lost confidence in themselves and their ability to do it. I've even had one woman phone up, to give you an example as well. I'm sure you've got loads of yourself or yourself there, but one person or one woman said to me as well that she's tried all of the fad diets and none of them have ever worked. Her parting comment to me was that she tried another fad diet last week and it didn't work. So she just wasn't interested in coming down, but she loved the idea of everything. You're going to get a lot of those too. So the idea is to get enough leads coming through so that you can filter those ones out and make sure that you're on target to what you want to achieve financially, as well as the number of women that you're going to be able to impact, or people that you're going to be able to impact. So then you, if they've not turned up 3 times, then stick them over here so you can start sending some letters to them, either via email or through the post, depending on what you feel the best way is. Neither way I don't feel is better. From a cost perspective, email is a hell of a lot cheaper and instant. You haven't got to rely on the postal service. So do that bit. Let's say they come in, they do their first intro, and they join. What we do then is we flip this over and we make sure then within here that we put all of their details in again, and we go through everything. We schedule them in for their first class, and what we do is we want to schedule them in for their first, second, third and fourth class so that they know when they should be turning up. I highly recommend that you ping them a text beforehand. Don't forget you're coming along to this class. They really appreciate this extra bit of service. It can be set up real quickly at the beginning of the day, especially if you're using an automated service online, and you can just ping them out a text. There's loads of them out there. They cost like, I think about 5 or 10 pence a text message. It's not a great deal, just as a reminder to someone. So you can ping them out a message just to remind them about their class. So then you just start putting the dates in there as well. Over here on this side, as to when they're actually coming into their class, Over here on this side, what we have is our 2, 4, 6 and 8 week letters. These are really important because generally you're looking at 6 to 8 weeks for the habit to start being created. We only offer 2 classes for each person when they first join. So once they first joined us, we don't allow them to do any more than 2 classes per week. Now there's a reason for this. One is that we don't want them to get over-enthusiastic, I would say would be the word, and then burn themselves out or get demotivated from doing that they're doing like 3 or 4 classes per week and they just can't keep up. In the beginning they will be able to, as you know, but then after a couple of weeks or so of doing this, they're going to start getting really tired. So we start them off on just 2 classes per week. The other reason is, from our perspective as well, is that we're looking then to upgrade them later on to being paying more per month so that so they can do extra classes. So we keep them at 2, so it helps them and us in the long run. So next up, as I said, is we've got the 2, 4, 6 and 8 week letters. We send these out. We send them out, or we used to send them out via post. We now send them out via email. We find that we've had a little bit better response via email than we did via post. So when they're going out via email or post, whichever one is best for you, try both, see what happens, test it. It's the best advice I can give, really, because everybody's different. So what you're doing within those is that you're looking at 6 to 8 weeks for the habit to be created that they're going to be coming along. And during that 6 to 8 week period, you want to make sure that the letter's been sent out. So tick this off when it's been done, so that you know that it's been done then. That way they're still getting communication with you every couple of weeks, and it's just a little, yeah, you're doing really great, with some offers in there as well. You'll see on the letters that you've got with this, is that each one of the letters has something that's going to entice them. So within those letters, it might be something ridiculous like, here, have a Starbucks on me, or here's a ticket for a buy one get one free meal at this is my favourite restaurant. So something like that. So have a word with local businesses as well, see if you can get a nice little offer that you can then give away. It's not going to cost you anything, but you can give away to your boot campers. Again, it's an incentive to make sure that they're coming back to you, and it's a great way for them to be thinking again about you and that you actually care. Okay. I think that covers about everything that's on here as well. Yep, and at the bottom here you've just got the progress check. So what you want to do is, once they've joined, is make sure you put in there the date of their first progress check. Progress checks we'll be covering on another video, so I won't go into too much more detail about that. So that covers everything that I needed to on the MTFI. Any questions? You know the routine, just give me an email and I'm more than happy to answer.